I haven't turned this one on. The little sparklies. Bling!
Oh, that's pretty. That's really pretty.
It's like they're like little light. It's fishing line, but it looks like they're little lights.
Oh,
It's essentially fishing line. That's what these little illuminates. They're cool. The texture of fishing line. They're not actually fishing line. They're the texture. That was like a, I don't know. I just like the lights. I like the season. Winter is not my favorite season. Exactly. I'm standing here. I feel like I need to put socks on. Ooh, I got my slippers here. Back when brother used to go off on his worldly adventures. I'd get slippers from cool, but they're like fleece lined. They're really cool. Yeah, they're kind of neat. I gotta be careful because I'm hard on wear and tear and stuff. So I wear them sparingly. Because I don't want to wear them out and then I can't wear them. Oh, but look, I had a neat pair of slippers one time. I don't know. I put cinnamon on things. I always have. I've been a cinnamon. I've broken my own heart my whole life. But the cinnamon I put on things. Unfortunate part about it is other people didn't put that same cinnamon on the same things. Uh-oh. Anyway, what are you gonna do? I'm looking for my phone so I can turn down. Tucker got the grandma spot. Tucker got the grandma spot. Benny got the chair because he doesn't get to sit next to Grandma Retta right now. So he's sitting in her chair. Hey, you know how much I love you? It's wonderful, Margie, what you're doing the talk. The talking to Marge. Go to the tea for the talking Marge. He's such a cute. They're such good critters, man. Yeah. They're such good critters. Now I'm gonna get hot. I knew that was gonna happen because I went out on the porch. It is so cold outside. Right. It's so cold outside, man. My heart goes out to those who are out there and do not want to be in whatever capacity. Oh my gosh, it's so cold out there.
You have a sweater?
Yeah, I just took it off, Ma. I got my Arctic jacket. I don't get cold when I go outside. I don't need it now. There's another shirt I've only worn like less than 5 times in 7-8 years. It's my aunt. Where'd it go? Is it on my back? Do I have the shirt on backward? Is that why it's fitting funny?
That could be.
Because I'm like, man, it's fitting all for funny. That's weird. That is really weird that I put it on backwards. This is how the t-shirt my brother sent to me, and then Mom has one that says Grandma. It's an orange one that says Grandma. Stanley, is that you? Are you playing with a cat toy? Is that the noise I hear?
I think so, Marge.
I'm like, I keep hearing this little jingle bell back there, and I'm like, oh, Angel's getting his wings, and Angel's getting his wings. Stanley's back there ring-a-dinging. Because that's not, I've tried to get him, I mean, I don't know. He's played with toys before, but it's been a long time, and that does my heart good. He's a happy cat. He's content. Hi, welcome to my tube. My name's Marge. I'm a Hilk empath. I just like having these little talks on the way I feel about things. I feel like people are really just losing their shit. That's what I feel like every time I crack into freaking 3D world, into the world, into where other people are living. I keep just seeing headlines of just, oh my goodness, man. Me and Mom, we're farther than any civilization I ever thought I would be in my whole entire life. And some days I struggle. Not very often. These days are few and far between. They do happen though from time to time. See, because I was programmed too. And sometimes my default is just like, go back to the old program. That'd just be so easy. Go back to the old program, you know. I would be so uncomfortable with how just impolite people are. People just don't even have manners. They're just common courtesy, chivalry. It's all just what? What? Anyway. I did have a positive exchange with having to call the gas company. Because I logged in because I'm like, I haven't gotten an email notification for a bill. And so I called. And it was, I logged into my account and then it was still pointed at the old address, but I stopped getting bills because we moved. So I called and they said, well, you should have got, when you set up for automatic pay or something like whatever, you should have got an email from us. And I was like, oh, I assure you, I would have known if I would have gotten an email from you guys. And I'm like, I just don't have any faith in technology. And the powers that be, these people with really extravagant, obnoxious ideas are trying to cohort the world into going a direction that most of the world is just not comfortable with it going. And I mean, when has any technology ever worked how it's supposed to 100% all of the time? It just doesn't. It breaks, servers crash, you know, it just, there's data, there's all kinds of, I mean, there's the fact that they, you know, companies don't spend money on upgrading IT. They spend it paying themselves and going on conferences and buying the big fancy banners and office lunches and all kinds of that other extravagant, frivolous bullshit. And it's not headed into a place that's, anyway. I was starting to talk about how I was programmed too, and I worked real hard to even lose the weight, to go into the military so I could go to school, to get the good jobs, you know, to take care of Mom. I just became a stay-at-home daughter earlier than I thought. Which is, you know, today I was just in gratitude all day long because it's so cold outside and I didn't have to get up and put on a pair of Dockers and layer up and go out into a world that is just nonsense and BS, you know? I didn't have to do that today. And I just got to hang out with Mom and all the critters. And Everybody was cozy, and it was just kind of a chill day. I just had a lot of energy and just transmuting through me, and that can manifest, it's just my head that tells me whether it's anxiety or whatever. I just breathe through it, because everybody keeps talking about frequency, that they're missing crucial points. It's not all fun and games. It's like sometimes you get so much trauma, your body doesn't know the difference. When you get a surprise in life, you gotta assess with your mind real fast if it's a good surprise or freaking something scary. You know it? And it feels the same. And I'm not an adrenaline junkie. I don't like that. I think it's weird when people like going to slasher movies and where they like cutting up people and doing weird stuff. And, like people are into weird stuff. But that's how the people that are really into the weird stuff, they find their predecessors by making these movies and then see who's buying the tickets, and then they get more enticing advertisements in their algorithm, and the story keeps going. The grossness of what humanity is doing to humanity is just it's beyond anything I'd ever thought I'd see in my lifetime. It's just, where I grew up, a kid, Jason, his dad in junior high, got up, walked into the other room, blew his brains out with his kids in the next room, and I always grew up around domestic violence and, people beating up their old ladies and because she talked too much and all that shit. And, mom, that happened to mom, she had the savitis. She wanted to help him, she wanted her love to heal him, and the alcoholic, the Vietnam vet, and this story is just perpetuated still today. And it's just, the world is just perpetuated by suffering and pain, and there's so much goodness to be had. In the midst of all that, there's so much goodness to be recognized. How we got here, it's not because anything I did. It's all freaking God. It's all God, People are so big on whatever they believe in, those ball suckers. Ball sack suckers. These demons, these people that get people to freaking, don't care about people. Don't talk about your feelings. Just spend your money on frivolous nonsense, BS, Gucci bags and stupid little electronic cars that are trendy and people think are cute, but they're not practical. And in the winter, man, what batteries do in the cold, it's just they're dumb, for crying out loud. I saw today an article, Bellevue police, now all the police departments are getting them because they're cute. They're not practical. Dude, there's more misappropriation of funds. All day long, misappropriation of funds. They piss away money. Turnover. Anyway, I don't know. What's the moon in today? Virgo? I get so heady. It's the earth, I did give myself a lot. See, that's the thing, is like when I had so much potential, we'll call it, going through my energetic field today, I just did things to keep myself grounded. That's what freaking people get themselves in trouble. I've gotten myself in trouble in years from doing that, is I get all this energy, and then I have to go out and I have to do something to make that energy go away. And I used to make it go away by drinking. I used to make it go away by retail therapy, I guess. I used to go make it go away by just living in my self-will. And that got me pudgy. That always, when I live in my self-will and I'm not being a disciplined, balanced being, I get pudgy. And, food is an energy just like everything else. And there's a lot of people that like to deprive themselves of that. It's weird. What's the matter? Who's got the wagging tails? Hi, I'm not a pretty girl. You are a pretty girl. Here's a spot right over here waiting for you. Come over here, please. This is no, not in the mute. Oh, stinky boy in the chair. Here, you want this one? Want this one over here? This one's comparable. Look at your wiggle waggle. Your little splish splash. Oh, downward dog, lady girl. It's just so cute. She flirty girty. Her little arms are white. Like on one paw, it's like white up to here, and then on the other one, it's white up to here, and then the rest is she's a little black dog, and she's got white on her chest, right? It looks like, it always reminds me like she has like sleeves pushed up. Like, all right, let's go. What are you gonna wash the dishes? She says, watch your mouth. I never washed the dishes a day in my life, and then not starting now. Thank you very much. Good girl. You're so pretty. You're sweet. We're all getting old and white in the face, and oh my goodness. Time, I feel like, is just so accelerating. Even though most days are just like, it's like, I don't know, but time is so weird. It's got to be weird for other people. I can imagine how fast it is for people where their lives are filled with this appointment and that appointment and this meeting and that meeting. I live like that. Honestly, comparison, life is a lot more peaceful now. It really is. So, my buddy, good news, he got his catheter taken out early. Yesterday they took it out. There is some trouble with it, so they just said, F it, just take it out. I don't know. I just keep, I just hope people get better when they don't feel good. That's all I can do. And, yeah, a lot of people lacking emotional control. I really think they should teach kids freaking meditation when they're when they're little, when they start, when you had the little weird kids like me that had tantrums and would hold their breath until they about passed out and stuff like that, Like, I wonder where I learned to breathe and calm myself down. Because their solution in the ER after the second time I hyperventilated and ended up there, it was a breathe in the bag type thing, right? And that's the thing, is like my body would get ahead of my mind. And I would have to get my body in a calm enough place that my mind could take control over it. Trauma freaking sucks. I never see all this stuff happen when I was growing up and throughout my life, and I've just have just happened to be there when weird gross stuff has happened, and maybe it happened, it's like this for everybody. I just talk about it more because I'm not gonna freaking keep it. Why should I have to suffer alone? Why should I have to have all the fun all by myself? So, I encourage other people to talk about the freaking crazy, wacky stuff that's happened in their lives, to get it out. And you might be surprised how much you have in common with your people in close proximity to you. Yeah. You might have a lot more in common than with people than you know. Anyway, so I would like to see more people, going. I mean, they are. I mean, more and more people. That's what life is about. The older you get, either you care, you start caring about yourself in a genuine way, and when you do that, you watch about. You care about what you eat. You care about exercise. You care about moving your body. You care about yourself, and then once you start caring about yourself, it's when you start caring about other people. Unfortunately, there's just so many people on this planet that don't care about themselves. And it's futile. It does no good for anybody to keep putting effort in to people, more effort into people than they're willing to put into themselves. I'm all for helping people. But if we're not doing things to help ourselves at the same time, I've been trying to earn extra income in blocks of 2 to 3 hours, windows of time in 2 to 3 hours for several years, in lots of ways. Photography, I think that it'd be, if people wanted to get married, I could meet them up at the John Dunn Bridge. That'd be a cool place for people to get married, I think. They just wanted to, hey, real quick, we'll get married by a Heyoka. Little H Heyoka. That'd be kind of cool. But, people don't see me. They always tell me how cool the stuff I do is, but I guess it's not cool enough to pay me for it. Whatever. Anyway. Mostly life is good for us. Mostly. I can't think of anything wrong today. Except that we're all getting a little bit older. Every day that we got in. My heart goes out to my friend, man. She freaking is on the way to Minnesota. This year, in the last 8 months, they've lost 5 people in her and her husband's family. She lost her mom, right, like the day before Thanksgiving, like 2 days, like right at Thanksgiving, she lost her mom, and then her brother some months back. She lost, because that you gotta take care of your body, man. There's just so much, because in the Midwest, people just eat freaking little smoky weenies and meatballs and all that, tailgate food, all that, ribs and, all that real good food that people feed themselves because they deserve it, without ever trying to work it off or anything. It freaking causes problems. And it's sad. It's sad when people have to miss their loved ones, as much as they do. Because I know I will forever think about the relationship that Jessica and I could have had. But it's because of her addictions, she got caught up. And so that reminds me why I don't get caught up, You can't go around life, do whatever you want all the time and think that there's no consequences because of that. And people have to really learn how to discipline themselves. The world is not even teaching people how to discipline themselves anymore. At least when I was growing up, I had teachers, Mrs. Menifee, Mr. Teal, the PE teachers that made you run. I just always had really bad ankles, so I hated running. Everything hurts. My feet always, But, I don't know. It's getting to be winter, and people think that winter, it is a high time that people commit suicide and stuff like that in winter. I always understood that spring had a higher suicide rate. I guess is because I don't know, for whatever reason I always heard that. I wonder which is true. It's all true. Multi-universe. It's all possible. It's all true. You know, I speak in general terms. I try to speak in general terms and how I perceive things based on my life experience, and I get why a lot of people aren't receptive of the things I say, because there are a lot of people who've had the life experience the same kind of background. I'm not from that kind, loving place that so many people, you know, claim to be from. You know, the good family. I'm not from that, so all that stuff is foreign to me. All that stuff is weird to me. Like people, you know, I wasn't afforded that stuff, you know. And I know a lot of people that weren't. But I see a lot more and more suicides that are happening, and we've been talking about it for years and years. There's a number of us that these are the times that we've been talking about. We're stepping into the times that, you know, this is what we're mean. And I encourage people to find their center, find a power outside themselves, something good to believe in. Yeah. It's too trendy for all these people to freaking sell their souls. And it's, yeah, you know, it's easy to sell your soul. All you have to do is like if your parents taught you any kind of values, any morals, any kind of ethics. I know mom taught us a lot of life lessons. I've been learning life lessons and knowing that the lessons were life lessons ever since I was a little girl. You know, every time, whether they're, you know, it's going against that moral code that people have. You know, do all that stuff that serve yourself. That's as easy as selling that's all you have to do to sell your soul is just, you know, do everything that you want to do. And people, you call it self-soothing all you want. You can tell yourself all day long how much you deserve that car and that big perch, you know, without helping anybody ever. It's fine that people have all that stuff, but there's just too many people that forgot the part, the help others part. That's the part that there's a huge deficit all over this world. And there's so many people that just need people to just hear them. Just listen to what they have to say. Lord knows there's a lot of freaking nonprofits and organizations on the state, county, federal, and all these levels that are paying themselves to freaking be on the other ends of the phone. So when people need help, you think that they'd be there, but they're not. And they still get paid. Yep. I've supported these people and companies all over. I've seen them put themselves on unavailable. It's absurd. The lack of work ethic, it's terrible. I don't know if parents are teaching it and then people aren't picking it up, or parents don't even have it themselves. Whichever way, people have a personal choice. People have a free will, you know. How many people don't even want to work anymore? My stomach just like turned real fast. I hope that didn't hinder. I hope that helps. Anyway, so we just have been cozy all day. It was a real easy, mellow day here. It just was weird to see kind of that I just like checked in on everybody's talking about that dude. You know, it's all ritual. It's all when they stopped controlling their lives a long, long time ago, and I know a lot of people want to escape that, you know? How many people are not feeling free on this planet right now? And there's just abuse case after abuse case after abuse case. And it's been what, 8 weeks since that terrible incident, and how 5 weeks? 8, too many for them to not have any idea. You know, and that's a whole police department. And how many towns in the United States, their police departments are just like that? If somebody, you know, but yet they go around their big stupid trucks, you know, like they own the place, making, you know, and then something big happens, and we're like, we're sorry, we're just dumb. You know, they're no different than the freaking people at the fast food restaurants and stuff. They got high school diplomas too. They don't got no more than that. They, you know, why isn't they get paid so much and have so many perks with their pensions and their health insurance and their paid vacation and their big shiny trucks that we all pay for? You know, why they freaking just have to get bigger and bigger belts and larger and larger shirts from all the free meals and stuff that they've gotten. They should have been doing upgrade training and maintaining fitness standards their whole entire career. Yet that's more things that have just fallen to the wayside, but we just get to pay for as more and more people fall through the cracks of society. See, it's like, why do these people get all this stuff when these people get none? And these people get a lot, but these people don't get any either. Why is there so many people that get to determine who has what? That's what's weird to me. Dude, I don't care anything about the muskrat. How do I set up a notification to shut off anything related to the muskrat? I don't care. It's all this stuff in the world is such pageantry, man. It's so goofy. What a time suck, and how much people pay attention to just nonsense. All of it. As soon as power goes out, none of it matters. As soon as power goes out, nobody cares about Twitter when the power goes out. Nobody's going to care about YouTube when the power goes out. I'm not prepared. I'm not. I don't have like months and months. I don't even have a firearm. I don't want one. I'll get a slingshot. Anyway. You know. I've been saying for years, I just want a place. I just want a place. You know, I can take care of mom and the critters while we all, you know, age, you know. And then whatever happens after that, happens after that. Whatever the world is going to be after that. It's just, some days I have a hard time because I put so much effort into, you know, doing what they told me to do, get that career. I feel like I feel like I have to put more energy into transmuting imposed failure that other people have put on me for not living that 3D lifestyle. If I was supposed to, my life would be different. Are you comfortable, Ma?
Yes.
Tucker leaning on you? My little golden nugget. My lump of love. He's a good dog. He's 12 now. Artie's 12 now. Benny's probably 10. Well, let's see. No, he's probably like 9. He was younger. They were like 4, I think, when I got Benny. And Luna, who knows? Because she came from South Carolina. Yeah, she came a long way in her life, man. And from being 40 minutes from being put down, we got to love her a lot of years. Huh? Go girl. Sister, don't you embarrass yourself in front of me. I'm the pretty lady. Anyway, so, I wonder what it's like in other places. You know, I get an idea what it's like in places I live. Things are getting more violent in Omaha. Things are getting crazy in Omaha. Sacramento, it's just always been kind of people are always getting shot and killed. You know, it's always been a lot of drugs, a lot of homeless population. And I lived around there on and off since like 96 to 2000. Redding, it's always been the armpit of California. I hear San Francisco's gotten cleaned up. I hear that place is cleaner, but man, I just get so I know my spirit has gone out and went out in Atlantis. I know I'm one of them because I just get so like I like the ocean and I like to be around the ocean, but I don't really like to. I'm not one of those. Oh, I'm gonna live on the beach. No, I'm not one of. No. So I used to like going to San Francisco and stuff like that, but I just always get a little uneasy, you know. And I've like being on boats and stuff like that, and I don't know. The older I get, I just get more squirrely. That's all. That's it. I just get more squirrely. Dude, I just gotta breathe through it when I get squirrely, you know? I just tell people, I say, I was never like this until they gave me those stupid anthrax vaccines. Was not like this. Whoa! Hi, cat. The Ramones loud. I was thinking about the Beastie Boys yesterday. I remember the first time I heard them. Jerry bought their tape. Check Your Head. There's a music store across the street in Mission Square, but they mostly, I think, sold vinyl. Beats and Elvis beats and Elvis. That's funny. We were watching. You said she said Elvis impersonator, and we were watching Sliders yesterday, and they had it was come see Elvis live because they were in a parallel universe. See, I always thought of multi-universe, like there's worlds all over the place. If you could imagine something, there was a universe out there where it existed. Like every movie, every video, every TV show, like Laverne and I was been thinking about Laverne and Shirley because people are they're all wowed, they're all energy sucked from Lindsay Lohan chick. Because she did something where she drank milk and Pepsi. And, is he wanting down? Yeah, he'll get down. And so people are like, ooh, ah. And I'm like, well, it's stupid because... You want up on the chair? Come on. Good boy. Good boy. Good boy. Good boy. Want it there? Good boy. Want it there? Good boy. Or are you just going to go in there? Okay, you just go in there, Chuck. He said, Mom, just going in there. Don't be the bossy one, Mom. Sorry, bud. But the fact is in the 70s and Laverne and Shirley, she drank milk and Pepsi. She drank it on the show. And so they just like keep people in a cycle. They keep people in a loop because they're not going to come together and use their freaking, life force for freaking the cool shit that it can actually do if they're stuck in this perpetual distraction of freaking sports and, God. just the resources just wasted on sports, politics, and entertainment, and all these like shows and movies that are coming out now. I'm like, that's so funny because they were in production where everybody else is shut up in their house, you know. So you know people are in the editing room, they're not wearing masks. I mean, it's just all stupid. It's all just theatrics. I wonder what the world would be if people just, I guess, lived in a greater understanding. I guess that they got a spirit, and that they're spiritual beings having a human experience, and that whatever they do and don't do will come back to them. If it's not in this life, it'll be in the next one, or the last one. However you look at incarnations. You know, everybody gets a chance to ride. Everybody gets their chance. Yep. Everybody gets their chance. That's why I was always kind to the low, to the people that I knew these people could never do nothing for me back. You got to be kind to them too, because what if I die and in my next life I'm them? You know, I'm gonna want to meet somebody like me to be kind. You know, so you never know. You could just be who you're being kind to. You could just be being kind to yourself. So. I don't know, this is just how I understand stuff, and I've always looked at things with a different set of understanding. You know, all those people in their shiny shoes with their big important suits and their car, you know. I wonder if they take out their own trash. Kind of thing. I just like, either people are real or they're not. And there's a whole lot of phony fakes out there. Oh my god, I lost like 3 friends from talking trash about people frickin' on Facebook. That people have frickin' have plastic surgery. I was talking trash about plastic surgery, and then frickin' boom, boom, boom. 3 people that frickin' or people that like get shit injected in their face. You know, whatever you're doing to alter time, you know. I feel bad about getting braces when I got braces. But people they're doing all kinds of weird stuff to hang on to those glory days. You're living in the past. That ain't being in the present. And that's not. God's only in the present moment, man. He's not in the future, and he's not in the past. And I don't know. I just wish people would feel better about themselves so they wouldn't have to do that. So they wouldn't have to feel compelled to freaking inject a bunch of freaking nonsense into your face. I mean, it's like these women's lips, I don't even get it. I mean, like, does your man think it's hot? I don't understand. Do you feel, is that, they can't look in the mirror and be like, boom, nailed it. They can't. They can't, and they all, it's like, how many plastic surgeons are there? Like, really? Is it a really specialized field, like in any city? Because I'm paying attention to that, because I think about, like, the IT departments at the company, you know? And how few people support freaking ginormous companies. So, like, with all this twatter stuff, oh my god. These people are just, they just, with their $400 lunches and stuff like that. I'm like, that's just gross. That's just gluttonous. And how many companies do that? I mean, our where I work, they'd buy us lunch. Seems like somewhere is always catering something, or there's something going on where there's free lunch. And I'm just like, man, there are people out there that don't have no food, and I know there's enough for everybody. I've seen it. Just people at the top don't want to share. It's pretty much how it is. How long have I been running my mouth? Really? That long? Anyway, I guess I'm done. I went over. I usually, yeah. What? What did I even say? See, time is weird, man. Time is so weird. Time is so weird. Went to a wake last Saturday. 6 person to move on from me to 6. Holy hell. Ah. See, that's the thing is like, I know these people, but I also knew. Well, I know. Well, I didn't know like these people, their family members. High loss, and they keep talking about 2025 where people are like more and more like million. But see, I think that they lie about the numbers. I don't think there's 7 billion people on this planet. I think there's already lower numbers. So if I don't know if they say millions of people already. I think that there's just already not that many people on there. I mean, how do they account for all the 800,000 that go disappearing every year? I mean, do they just keep counting them and because they don't ever find them? They're not gonna. Ask the elites where they are. Jessie's a boater. Well, she'll tell you. She'll tell you all about it. Ooh, what's today? 15th, Thursday, Friday. Ooh, I got. Speaking of Jessie, I got a message from her, that we got a box of loot coming, Ma. Well, we got from our Earth Angel, and then from Jessie, who knows from where exactly it's coming from, but that's just cool to be thought of. You know it. It's just, and then yeah. And it makes me feel good. Then I buy stuff and then I go out and I give it to people. I'll give it to people on the street, random strangers, you know. I have this kid at the little where I live. It's so funny how I ended up from where I live. There's like a little, they call it Midtown Market. They call it Midtown. Because it's like halfway between Cuesta, or not quite half, but and Taos, this little market, and then next to the market there's a bar, there's a tavern that is freaking full every night. Anyway, that's it. That's all there is here. And why was I telling that story? The offspring is. I swear, shuffle is not shuffle. I can't remember what I was talking about Midtown. They have really good burritos, like breakfast burritos and stuff like that. But they have stuff that you need like in a pinch, like sugar. Why was I don't even remember why I was talking about it. Oh, I remember. There was a kid out front and I had my headphones on. He said, "Do you have another pair of headphones?" I said, "No, I do not." And he said, "I just broke mine. The part that charges on it just broke." And I was like, "Man, that sucks. I'm sorry." I said, "If I had an extra set, it'd be yours." And I went on my way, and then I had to go to Crackit, the phone place, for something. That's what it was. And so they had headphones, Bluetooth headphones, and for like $24 or something like that. So I got a pair in my van. So whenever I come across somebody, if they ask me if they got an extra head, I go, "Yeah, I got you right here," you know. So there's always ways to help people, man. The people don't get it, man. The earthlings of this planet don't get it. Like, you want to feel good about yourself? You want to freaking sleep like a freaking rock when your head hits the pillow at night? You know? Go out there and do something to make somebody's life easier. Not sit there and complain and whine about waiting for somebody to make your life easier. I've been on both sides of the street, and the rewards from the foremost of just living in service It is a lot more rewarding than just freaking me sitting in my shit waiting for someone to come in and make my life better. When I could be the person, and because I have that power. God gives me that power every day. And he gives me the knowledge and the know-how and the smarts and the sense and the creativity to come up with ways to help people all the time. And if more and more people did that things would be a lot different on this planet. And that's what I'm looking forward to. That's what I got for now. Hope you have a rad day. Peace.